What happens next is unbelievable. Cue the fire. And I think this is probably one of my best videos that I've ever done, because I am going to take out my crystal balls and try to predict the future, which gets really difficult when the world is run by psychopaths, but sometimes they show you their hands. Yeah, those narcissists are like, maybe you'll own nothing and be happy. Maybe you will rent from us. Maybe we're going to solve this problem with a Green Deal where you will own nothing. You're going to be really cold this winter, but it's okay. We got your back. And winter is coming, my friends, and it's not Game of Thrones. That's probably a walk in the park comparative to what we are going to go through, because their job is to destroy this whole thing and then build it back better. So we're trying to figure this out. How is it all going to work? Well, I would love to show you. And also, the destruction and rebuilding of this world, it's like playing a chess game. And if you think for a second that you're not on the board, well, you're lying to yourself. So in regards to winter is coming, hey, Germans, I was there for 2 years. Brennholz. Did I get close? Google search for firewood in Germany. That's Brennholz. I'm not saying it right. I comboed French in there. Brennholz. I don't know. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? 9? Okay, I tried. And yes, congratulations to the men and women that are out there that are getting ready, right? You're out there. Poland, grabbing the coal. Grab all you can grab, because this Green Deal ain't no green. Well, it's always green for someone, right? When it comes to power and money, it's just moving. Transfers. The wealth. Oh, wait. No, wait. Sorry about that. You don't need a timer. Actually, you kind of do, because time is a ticking. But in this video, so we're talking the housing market, the stock market, the crypto market, the economy, the jobs market. Oh, and did I forget one thing? War. Because historically, that's how it all ends. It's these cycles, right? These 20-year cycles. It's just like you have winter, you have spring, fall, summer. Well, get ready for winter. 43% of Americans, you guys, that's almost half, say a civil war is at least somewhat likely. Actually, the article says 43% believe a civil war is either very likely or somewhat likely, which by looking at percentages, it looks like it's probably going to happen. If president's approval rating is currently almost at the same, right? 42% think Joe is doing a great job. And when I see something like that, I think, wow, we are all on completely separate planets. And I actually do have close friends that are super liberal. I mean, I came from California, so obviously. And out here in Austin, super. And I tell them these things. I'm like, hey, were you aware of this? They're like, no, I didn't know anything about that. I'm like, are you aware of this? They're like, nope. And I don't know what I said the other day. I said, here, I showed her an article, and she's like, wow, that can't be true. And I think it's just all how we look at stories, right? Is the glass half empty or is it half full of bleach? I don't know. Like this, take this. Fewer Americans. Now, this is a problem, but it doesn't. Actually, this article looks like everything's great, but we have a problem, and I'm going to show you the solution, and you're not going to like it, but the people will like it. But okay. Fewer Americans say they are living paycheck to paycheck. That's great. That is wonderful. Or if you are from Germany, it's wunderbar. Did I get that one right? So more than half, but it's not bad. It's like it's less. It's quite a bit less. I have to scroll down, find the 59%. Oh, as of July. Okay, so we're down from 61%. Oh my gosh! I mean, that's such a drastic reduction. Come on, you guys. Let's just go 60% are going to go, am I going to die or am I going to live? So we are all, more than half, one step away from homeless, dumpster fire. But the Fed has a solution. And isn't it cute how they call themselves the Fed? Oh, also apologies for the stock market. Yeah. Wish I would have warned you. I'll get into that in a second. That's also on my list. The Fed, even though they have shareholders. Oh, it's a corporation? What? Oh, and let me just fact check myself. I just Googled it. Does the Federal Reserve have shareholders? You know what? The .gov says no, there are no individual stockholders. So it looks like I was wrong on that. The stock is all owned by member banks. Oh. So let me get this right. These corporations that have oh, never mind. And we're not even in a recession. The feds, now here, I'm going to give you, now first, we're going to burn this whole thing down. You just got to give this thing some time. Hopefully you have your firewood. Fed's instant payment service. Oh, hey, look, August now, right now. That was just put out last night. The Fed's instant payment service, FedNow. I thought they were just looking into this. Set to launch. Here we go. Less than, what is that, July? We got, 10 months? And they actually had this thing all ready to go. That was in 2020, March. Oh, hey, how'd you guys already know that bad things were going to happen to require member banks pass through digital dollar wallets that you hold? That's great. Oh, but now we got to burn it all. I guess the first round didn't work. Wait till round 2. So you like how the government solves problems where the problem isn't even there yet? Yeah, because that's coming. So you guys are all going to get, oh, hey, look, it's a Fed chair. Well, she's not really the chair. She doesn't, sit on the one. That would be Jerome. But what I wanted to show you, here, let me come down to the very, very bottom and let me open the book. It's story time, kids. Come gather around on the carpet. I'm going to show you how it's all going to go down. The Fed maintains, here we go, maintains making funds immediately available to you right away. Woo, that was cute. Kind of like Bitcoin, but completely opposite in kind of like you're all gonna die in such a way. Will help Americans. Oh, do you see this? Help Americans that are living paycheck to paycheck. Oh, okay. Or small businesses, cash flow, capital. The analysts say the Fed now could also cut demand for payday loans. But we got the big one right here. FedNow system will help the government transmit what? When we have an emergency and we need relief. Well, what emergency would that be? Well, that was the one of them. They were going to do it there, but they're like, oh, didn't get it in time, but we're going to get it this time. But bravo, it's really not that bad right now. Right now, okay? Within 30 days, everything can go very quickly. Like the housing market. Housing markets take some time, though. That's going to be a tough one. Census Bureau, but let's just look at the numbers, and then you digest it and you figure out. Almost 4 million, remember the fingers, 4 of them. 4 million renters will likely be evicted in the next 2 months. Oh, but wait, I have a solution. Hold on, let me just open this tab. See? Problem and solution. When you know that little forgiveness thing that they just did with, I don't know, whatever, trillion, however many, you have college debt? Oh, forgiven. You have home loan debt? Oh, you're forgiven. Oh, your rent? Well, here you go. Take this one. And for the first time ever, the median rent has topped $2,000 a month, and the increase shows no sign of stopping. And I told you, if you pull that rubber band down, right, where people were like, no more rent, no more rent. You remember a few months ago? And you have the people on the other side that work really hard their whole life. American dream. Let's own property. And then people come on that property and they say, I should have this. I'm entitled to this for free. And now you know why there is a divide from, well, it could be the haves and the have-nots, or the ones that didn't work so hard and would like things like handouts. But bravo, you don't understand. I follow channels that say the real estate is just fine. Everything is just fine. And I say, well, you could look at the charts. It predicts everything. So why don't we look at a monthly supply of houses in the United States using TradingView? And isn't that cool that everything that I teach on this channel, it could be used in the real world? Can you predict a housing market failure? I don't like to use the word crash. A downward, right? It takes time based on charts, and I say, yes, you can. See this little blue line that's way up there? That's called a hell of a lot of supply. Isn't that so interesting? How we just went from no supply to a whole lot of supply. Oh, but wait, it gets better. Well, that's because we just started. Oh, isn't this nice? Actually, we almost beat, oh man, this was, remember 09, 08, 09? Did really well. This is actually exactly, it was October 08. That is when I sold my house in California. That was the first one, and I just recently sold my last one. If you would like to know when you should take profit on your house, just turn on link in the description on Lux Algo. Just turn on that. It'll kind of help you out a little bit. You're not just in that zone, you're so far out of it. That's like, put the sign up right now and pray. Also, on the MACD, look, you've just started. This thing hasn't even begun to roll. And if you understand anything about economies, there's a thing called supply and demand. It's pretty simple. We had no supply. Well, now we do. And with a lot of supply, the prices come down. Just go visit your local Walmart or Target, and you will see that. Oh, hey, look. You won't see houses in there, but you're going to see a lot of product, right? Now that product has to be slashed and slashed again and reduced more until finally someone's like, hey, wow, it's basically free. I'll take it. But based on the RSI, that's what we're looking at. This is when your supply, this is probably when you should maybe be thinking about getting out, where there's so much supply. But again, we have only just begun. Also, link in the description. I don't know what code why is this not, I promise I'm trying to draw that here. And again, we just started. But 65% off, link in the description if you want to learn how to trade these things. Look, I'll click on this one. This is a Philly housing sector, which I'll just turn on a couple things for you. There's your 200-day moving average. We have been under that for a while now. We're heading lower. And actually on this one, you have a Head and Shoulders right there, and you have a Head and Shoulders way up there. That Head and Shoulders is not going to play out well. But here we go. Here's another one. Here's Spiders, Home Builder ETF. You see? Nope. I mean, looking at this, which you probably can't see, left shoulder, right shoulder, head, 200-day moving average. You got Lux Algo. It's going into the cloud. Take your profit. We're heading lower. And actually, I think one of you guys just sent this to me. Zillow. Shorting Zillow is your best bet in the housing this year. So you shouldn't be buying it. You should be learning how to right click and sell. And I say I've been doing that a long time ago, but thank you, Wall Street Journal, for that. Let's see, where's Zillow? Oh, hey, look, you've known about this for a while. Actually, you probably should have been shorting this stock. Again, here's your 200-day moving average. Since then, you had this falling wedge right in here. It broke, it popped up, hit its head right on that little Lux Algo cloud. And then, oh, hey, look, see these little E's? That means exit, which if you did, and especially up here taking profit, when it goes in that zone, you got to take profit. How much did I save you on car insurance? 40%. And also for those of you that know or don't know, I swing trade above this blue line. That's the 200 in a bull market. So my swing trading course primarily, and I do offer a watch list I scour the interwebs finding the stocks for you to swing trade above the 200. But please understand, bull market is amazing for swing trading. Bear market, that's why I had to create CSU. That is where it goes into more of the technical analysis. And I always recommend, if you are new, start with a swing trade. Grab the code below, 65% off or more. And then when you learn it, you're like, okay, what's happening here? This was Apple, and you guys said you're stupid for shorting Apple. And I said, well, I understand your fundamentals that the government will never allow Apple to go down because it's basically the NASDAQ. If I overlaid this chart, it's the same thing. 172, put in the short. See that resistance line up there? And then it fell right there. I said, take profit. There's half of the position. The next half is that double bottom right there. So it's going to be right about 148, 149. And I would actually be shocked if tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Wednesday is not an up day, because stonks in crypto, they don't go up and down, there's not straight lines. I haven't talked about this one in a while, so I will. You have a Head and Shoulders on Bitcoin. So here's your left head, right. There's your neckline. You better not break this. Did it it broke it. And this is going to get complicated. So what it does, it breaks the neckline. Oh no, it comes up. This is what it's going to do, which it just did. It's going to retest that line. You got to get above 20,500. It's probably 90, not 60. Give or take a few bucks. You got to get because I have a lot of crypto fans on this channel, you got to get above that line, stay above it, and go higher. Otherwise, you're heading very far lower. I really don't want to measure it right now because I'm going to scare you, crypto kids. Here. Okay, you take this line. This is so bad. Don't do it. And I'm trying to do it on just this little. That was not. Oof. Ugh. Okay, can I move it? No, that wasn't that. Yeah. Carry that down. It's way down. It's down here. People don't like going down here. Looking at this. Also, if you're like, well, what's going to happen short term? You don't want to break. Here, I'm going to move my my measurement tool. Oh, this is so bad. I'm like trying to do it with my pinky. Don't go past. This is your no zone. Right? Yeah, right about there. When you start seeing 18s, be scared. Also, when drawing trend lines, pick this one over that one. Too complicated. But now a squirrel back over to the housing market, because nothing's wrong with the housing market. Well, I mean, 96% of it's not good. China's largest developer. Let me say this again. China's largest developer post record 100% profit slump. And I think I may have warned you about this. Evergrande, everything. This is their entire. This is China, like one of the largest GDPs in the world. It's like we buy their junk, we give them dollar, we just switch. We have the currency, you have the junk. We swap. Like what I've said before is what happens in China comes over here. It's like Vegas. What happens in Vegas, I know they say stays in Vegas, but when you're going to the bathroom, it feels like fire. And when it comes to fire, you haven't even seen it yet. When it comes to the housing market, stock market, I can again, crypto market, we're rolling. Here's Shiller PE ratio. If you guys are into price versus price earnings, I used to teach that. Kids were like, "Why is it going down though?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Everything is overvalued. And do you see what happens when we go from overvalued, right? Things go on fire. Also known as a fire sale. Remember 19, it was great. Remember back up there? The Roaring 20s, that's why they call them the Roaring 20s. And then we had the Great Depression. Same thing. Y2K, right? Right at the top. And then on the way down we go. And we are currently on the way down right there, right? And here we are now. So we will go from, it's called overbought conditions. Everything's great. The world is great, to a gigantic dumpster fire sale. And that's what we are starting to see. Stocks headed for what? More pain as 3,900 becomes new line in the sand for the S&P 500, chart watchers say. Yes, us chartists. That's called support. Well, until that support gets broken, and then it's resistance, and we keep going down. And then I am kind of curious what Getty image they chose, Market Watch. Oh, that looks about right. All right. Police do not cross. I see where you're going with this. And I have such ADHD, I didn't even read the article. I'm just like, okay, what do you see, chartist? Now I see there's some support right here. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's a little bit. I see head and shoulders, break neckline, come down. But let's go back and see what let's see what they say. Okay, that's our dumpster fire. There's our 3009 likely to serve. Oh, hey, charts. Here we go. Oh, they turned on the volume profile. Okay, I gotcha. That's actually in the course. That's in both of the courses. See that area right here? Stephen Van Meter always talks about volume. It's just going to cut through that. So pretty soon, yeah. It's just because there's no trades in there. It's just like zip. But all chartists like to use their own, technicals and, we're going to do this. This is a really good one. Again, this one is in both of my courses, Swing Trading and CSU. This is in the 9 count. You're at 8. You got one more. So I would actually be kind of shocked if tomorrow's a down day. Because usually on the 9, after 9, it reverses. So maybe tomorrow, the next day, that's it. And trust me, all of the people that are pulling the strings, they want this thing all crashed, all of it, because they already got out. Look, Neil, he's over there at the Fed. All the Fed officials, they got out at the end, right at the end. Huh? How'd they know the top? That's just so crazy. Neil Kashkari, happy. He's glorious to see the stock market's reaction after Jackson Hole. Huh, that's weird, Fed. I thought it was you didn't care about the stock market. I thought you were just worried about inflation. Huh. So interesting. Also, if you got something out of this video, pick one of the three. Like, share would be a good, I think it's a good video. I put a lot of time into this one. Or take advantage of 65% off on how to trade the stuff. Just at the end of the day, please do something. Please. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow.